At the beginning of the movie, we see William walking toward a special mission while wearing his spacesuit. He has many thoughts racing through his mind, questioning why he was chosen for this task and whether he will be able to do it properly. These doubts and uncertainties swirl inside him as he sits quietly in a waiting area, like a hospital, reflecting on his readiness for this mission. However, after a few moments, William calms himself. He tells himself that it's too late to second-guess his abilities, and there's no turning back now. His resolve strengthens, and he is determined to move forward. A short while later, the launch takes place using advanced technology, and in no time, William leaves the Earth's atmosphere, soaring into space. As the space shuttle enters Earth's orbit, William gets up from his seat, looking out at the breathtaking view of the planet below. The sight stirs deep emotions in him, as it does in most people who witness the beauty of Earth from space. After taking in the moment, William shifts his focus back to the task at hand. He activates the special reactor he brought with him, a key part of his mission. The reactor, known as the Hobby reactor, is a crucial invention that plays a major role in his journey. Back at the control center on Earth, we see a man overseeing the mission. This person, stationed in the control room, sends instructions to William, guiding him through the next steps. Anyone questions whether the reactor will also work on Mars, to which William confidently answers, yes. After this, he begins exploring the entire shuttle. The next day, Skinny, a colleague, asks William to take some people out of the shuttle. Another person, Julo, asks William about the reactor and how it functions. William explains the entire mechanism of the reactor, stating that it creates energy from the soil by extracting nitrogen and oxygen, which can also be used to produce water. To demonstrate this, William shows how the reactor works right in front of everyone. He explains that he built this reactor with the goal of making it possible for humans to live on Mars by providing them with the essentials for survival, such as water and energy. Several days pass, and William continues working with the reactor. With its help, he successfully grows plants inside his shuttle. One day, he announces that there are only 800 hours left before they reach Mars. On Earth, many people are impressed by William's work, and his videos start gaining attention. Imagine being a viral streamer in space. People begin laughing and enjoying his creative experiments, which motivates and makes William happy. However, William soon realizes that he is running out of food and drinks. Fortunately, he receives information that all the necessary supplies have arrived at the International Space Station. He is instructed to collect the supplies from there. William changes course and heads toward the International Space Station. Upon his arrival, he meets a fellow astronaut named KK, who has been eager to return to Earth. KK's behavior seems odd and erratic, almost as if he's in a mental state of panic. While dealing with this situation, another shuttle is launched. In this shuttle, a woman prepares to send her husband on a mission to Mars, paralleling William's journey and setting the stage for future challenges as William continues his mission. From the diary of the alien, we learn that when he first sent Chang to explore the moon, things were not as they seemed from Earth. The alien describes the moon as much larger than expected, with deep craters so vast and dark that it was impossible to see what lay inside them. He also reflects on how harsh and challenging life is in such a desolate place. After recording his thoughts, he returns to his cabin to rest. The next day, while watering the plants in his shuttle, William discovers that he's lost contact, not only with the base on Earth, but with other vital communication channels as well. This realization makes him extremely anxious, so he rushes to the control room and tries to reach out to his colleague, Skinny. After much effort, William finally manages to establish contact with them. Shortly after, he also reconnects with Buffalo's family, who inform him that there's a problem with some important data related to their mission. Skinny suggests that William should fix the issue himself, even though William has no idea how to go about it. He tries singing a motivational song to calm himself, hoping it will help him focus and solve the problem. Fortunately, William successfully fixes the issue, and Buffalo's family expresses their gratitude to him for resolving the situation. With everything back on track, both William and his colleagues return to their respective duties. However, one day, William attempts to boost the power of his reactor by connecting it to the speedometer's battery. Unfortunately, this causes a major short circuit, completely cutting off the water supply to his shuttle. Without any access to water, William faces a serious crisis. Desperate, William tries to extract water from anything he can find. He even considers using the moisture from his plants to survive. Though it pains him, he realizes that his only option is to destroy his beloved plants, as they are the only remaining source of water. In the end, William manages to gather as much water as possible from his shuttle's limited supplies, ensuring his survival for a little longer, but at the cost of the plants he worked so hard to grow. William starts trying to save as much energy as possible. Soon after, he receives a call asking about the condition of his shuttle. Nervously, William lies and says that everything is fine, hiding the fact that the shuttle has suffered a major malfunction. The Russian team informs him that there's a serious issue with another shuttle, and they are calling that crew back to Earth. Hearing this, William becomes anxious, realizing that if he reports the short circuit in his own shuttle, he too will be recalled to Earth, shattering his dream of reaching Mars. He watches as the other shuttle starts heading back toward Earth. Determined to stay on his mission, William attempts to fix his shuttle. Just as he begins to power up the reactor, a huge explosion occurs, completely destroying it. The shuttle is now left without any power, and William grows increasingly desperate. On top of that, he receives a call informing him that he has only 24 hours left before the situation becomes irreversible. Forced to admit the truth, William tells his team that the reactor is damaged and there's almost no power left. Skinny instructs him to return to Earth immediately, but just as the conversation becomes critical, the call gets cut off due to the lack of power. William is now faced with an agonizing decision. Should he attempt to return to Earth knowing that his shuttle might not have enough power to make the trip? Or should he continue toward Mars, even though it's risky and might mean he never makes it back alive? He peers out of the window, staring longingly at Mars in the distance. Deep down, he knows that if he chooses Mars, he may never see his family again. The odds of successfully landing on Mars are slim, and his shuttle could be damaged even further along the way. Despite all these daunting challenges, William's determination to fulfill his dream of reaching Mars doesn't waver. He reroutes all the remaining power from the shuttle to its engines, preparing for the final push. Skinny tries to contact him again, explaining the dangers and urging him to reconsider. But William doesn't listen. He turns the shuttle toward Mars, fully committing to the mission. As the shuttle makes its course correction, it begins spinning out of control, swirling in space with no stability. William's journey toward Mars becomes a race against time and fate. Many days pass, and during this free time, William starts thinking about his past. He remembers the first time he tested his reactor in the desert. Back then, the machine didn't work right, but William didn't give up. He kept working hard until finally, the reactor started working. He had spent many days without proper food, surviving only on the water made by the machine. He recalls how, even when he planned to go to Mars, he faced many challenges but never quit. However, today, William feels completely defeated. There's no water to drink, no food left in the shuttle, and his plants are dead. His shuttle is stuck orbiting Mars with no clear solution. Then, suddenly, something amazing happens. A bright flash activates the solar panels on his shuttle, providing the engine with power. William quickly starts working, turning his damaged reactor into an energy-storing device. He reroutes the power so that the shuttle's engine can run, allowing him to send a message to Skinny back on Earth. Even though his situation improves, William still hasn't had water for 2 days, and his plants are gone. Without wasting time, he prepares the shuttle to land on Mars. The gravity of Mars pulls the shuttle in, and in a matter of minutes, William reaches the planet's surface. The force is so strong that his shuttle moves quickly, but William manages to start the engine again just in time. For the first time, William steps onto the surface of Mars. He looks around and begins exploring the surrounding space. The movie ends here, with William taking his first steps on the red planet. The movie's story tells us about the unexpected challenges in life. We see how difficult William's journey was, from the point where he had to destroy his own plants to get water, to when his reactor got damaged. He had a dream of growing plants on Mars to create oxygen, but that dream remained unfulfilled because of the problems he faced during the mission. In the end, William had to turn his reactor into an energy-storing device just to survive. This movie reflects the idea that humans are working hard to leave Earth and one day build a colony on Mars. It shows that while the journey is tough, it's not impossible. Subscribe if you enjoyed this story recap and click on the videos on the right next to stay entertained. I upload every other day, so grab your popcorn, enjoy yourself, and see you soon, my friend.